Well, everybody, let's just have a chat here. Let's have a chat about what the heck is going on with the baby Emmanuel Haro's home. I'm going to show you a few videos today. I just want to hear your opinions on this. Credit goes to Fat and Opinionated for his clips in the first two videos on what's going on in the home. We've seen people giving tours in the home, which we're going to watch again because it's just really astounding. And yet again, there's another report of the sheriff's being called out, which we'll watch again in a minute. Just today, again, with people breaking into the home. The only person that's been out here critiquing it has been Fat and Opinionated. And I don't know if I'm just naive, that, coming from Canada, because, here we're so woke. We recharge the person who's defending themselves at 3 a.m. in the morning with a crossbow, stranger in your home who breaks in, crawling up through your roof, and is armed with a crossbow, which is literally what happened last week. We are so effed up in Canada. We charge the person trying to defend themselves against that because the police here think he tried to defend himself too zealous. What's the word I'm looking for? Zealously. Thank you. Too zealously. For the love of God. I understand woke, which I understand being Canadian is also part of this culture, which is why we're in the situation in this story as it is. Because, the fact that this man, Jake, for lack of a better word, Jake Haro, literally got to do this again to a child. And the fact that baby Emmanuel, even the police think is deceased, and it's clear is not alive. Now that Jake has been showing them some location, as we all saw yesterday, what that is whether it's a lie or not is yet to be seen. But I mean, this story is starting to scare me. This wokeism, which is what allowed him out in the first place. Because is this why the police are letting people trample through the home? What is going on in the sheriff's office? Are they failing baby Emmanuel? Like, are they failing Emmanuel Haro's right to justice? What the TF is going on? So credit to Fat and Opinionated, because he's the only one that's being vocal about this. And I'm going to chime in because it's kind of getting to the point of ridiculous now. Why are people allowed to go in the home? Why could they not just have one sheriff outside, block the road, have a car parked? If you need two, then surely you can come up with two. They apparently, we're going to listen to a clip, think that they've got a slam dunk case. Hence, maybe why they're being lazy, overly cautious. I don't know. But this is scaring me right now. And I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but, we've seen the system fail this baby before. We've seen this system, this justice system of California fail this baby before. We've seen other situations where the babies are not protected adequately. This is what gives the true crime community the passion to keep going as hard as these cases are to give these children a voice when their parents and the systems fail them. And so I just am very concerned that maybe these police officers are risking, as Fat and Opinionated has said, and his other channel is Cinema Shotgun, are they risking incriminating or, damaging evidence, or are people going in and inadvertently destroying evidence? Like, how can they be so confident that they are this reckless with the crime scene? They themselves have said they believe the baby was killed in the home. And they themselves have charged the parents with malice, murder, murder with malice. And they themselves took Jake out to a field yesterday. They themselves know this is a crime scene. Why the dang are they letting people treat this like it's some museum? Is shocking to me. Irresponsible and shocking. And I really, really hate if this is this wokeism that everybody is talking about. And I don't want to get political. I'm just saying the fact that, here in Canada, we are so ridiculous, not me, our current government is so ridiculously woke that the rights of the criminals are better protected than the rights of the victims. I experienced it, my dad experienced it, and so did the man last week who's been charged and is in jail for defending himself against an intruder at 3 o'clock in the morning who's holding a crossbow and aiming it at him. Is this another situation of wokeism gone too far? Because I understand the public has rights, but trampling over evidence seems to me foolish. And I would love to hear a detective's opinion on this. This is just getting out of hand. Once, give me some grace. 2 times, now they're just looking irresponsible, is the only word I can come up with. So let's remind you what went down yesterday, and then I'm going to show you, courtesy and full credit to Fat and Opinionated, what went down there today. And he makes a great point. They also didn't secure the scene they were at yesterday when they were driving by we all saw it, Jake standing there in his, jail suit on the side of the road. Like, what the dang? What the dang is going on in California?
It's ridiculous that people are going inside the fucking house. Yes, I seen you.
I didn't go in the house.
You went into the property.
I didn't go in the
Yes,
house.
but you were inside there.
Listen, we were right here because the guy kept trying to offer people tours.
The one that you guys
Then
can't find.
why would you think that's okay?
Yeah.
Why would you
There's
think
all
that's
kind of
physically
people that
okay?
are back there.
Mentally okay?
Yeah, well,
This
you
is
need
the
to watch
place.
what you say because I didn't go in their house, and you're telling people I went in their house.
And by pointing at you, no.
You did a minute ago.
Yes, you did.
Well,
yeah, you
whoever I've gone like
yeah,
this.
but your
okay?
whatever could make a big mistake for me. So you should think about it.
Down the street. I'm sorry.
You making this ruckus out here is a disgrace.
You guys are acting like this and they fucking searching. They fucking searching.
Shit, I didn't go in nobody's I've been standing there the whole time. I told him I did walk right there. But that's not their property. But I did not go in their yard. A bone, but we don't know what that bone was. Like an arm bone, a neck bone.
We don't know what that bone is. Like, people, did she tell the police that they think they spotted a bone? Let's rewind that. Did you hear that? Let's slow this down. Let's slow this down a little bit.
But that's not their property. But I did not go in their yard. A bone, but we don't know what that bone was. Like an arm bone.
We don't know what that bone was like. An arm bone, what that bone was. But we don't know what that bone was, like an arm bone. Neck bone, leg bone. What the dang is going on here? This person is literally saying an arm bone. You can see I've brought the text up for you, neck bone, leg bone. And nobody has reported the police digging. They've asked for help finding the body. So I just like, what the heck? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone with this case. Did this person, has somebody on Action News who videotaped this notified the police that this woman here is just said they found a bone on the property? What is going on? Like, I'm just getting more furious by the minute. This is insane.
The bone, just a rib bone. It was in the back.
A rib
Okay, so
bone.
in the backyard, I don't know. There's no fence blocking it. So there is a fence blocking where that door is open, and that's
A rib bone. Now, is this woman making this up? There is something blocking off, so there is a fence blocking where that door was open. Yeah, well, they opened the freaking fence blocking the door. Apparently.
where I saw those two guys go in, and they told straight out. They told all of us they wanted to go inside the house and video it. So I know it was them, but they went in the whole house. Well, and that's I wouldn't have gone there. The only one. Like, there's no way I would go inside. That's just creepy to me.
So I'm kind of confused.
Yeah. That's creepy for me too. That is creepy for me too. This whole situation is creepy. But you know, again, it happened again today. It happened again today. Which is concerning. Which is very concerning.
One of my videos that I put out yesterday on my main channel, I mentioned that I was growing frustrated in the Emmanuel Haro case because law enforcement hasn't really done anything to secure any of these scenes where Emmanuel's remains could possibly be. They haven't even done anything to secure Emmanuel's home because from what law enforcement and investigators say, they believe Emmanuel was killed inside of that home. But obviously, they don't believe that his remains are still there, or at least it doesn't look like it because they searched there for a little while. They collected evidence and then they moved on in the investigation. And they kind of just left the house as is. And since then, people have broken into the house. They were giving house tours. And if you ask me, this is an active crime scene. And for all we know, Emmanuel's remains could be somewhere on that property. And there were also two other areas that we know law enforcement searched. One of these areas, law enforcement searched for like an hour at night, and they didn't secure the area. As far as I know, they never went back. And there's people just walking all around the area. They could be disturbing evidence. Who knows? They could be trampling on Emmanuel's grave and not even know it. And then, of course, yesterday, Jake, from the looks of it, led investigators to a certain area where Emmanuel could be. We know they searched out there for a couple of hours. They quickly wrapped up that search, and they didn't secure that area either. So in these various locations where Emmanuel's remains could be, any and everyone could just go walk around right now, including Emmanuel's house, I guess. Because after Emmanuel's house got broken into the first time, I thought that at the very least, law enforcement would take some steps to securing that house. I understand that they may be stretched thin. I understand there's a lot of crime out there. But hell, you're looking for a missing child. You haven't found him yet. There's a big chance they're going to need to go back to that property. So the fact that people are just breaking in, that's kind of scary to me because I don't know what their motives are. I believe most of them are just curious and nosy and they don't mean any harm, but they could be causing harm. Plus, we don't know. This is a shady family, a shady situation we're dealing with. I don't want anyone going and secretly removing evidence or moving things around.
You know, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. What makes the police so certain that this isn't going to be something or they're going to regret later?
So when the house got broken into yesterday and people were doing house tours, I thought police would do something to nip that in the bud, but apparently not, because last night, as I was sitting down trying to record videos, I've been working overtime in this case, by the way. So if you enjoy the videos, if you enjoy the hard work, hit that like button, subscribe, drop a comment, share the video. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so via Cash App or Super Thanks. Always greatly appreciated. But I've been working overtime in this case. And last night, in the middle of the night, as I was uploading a video that I was going to post this morning, someone broke into Emmanuel's house once again. Now, this is just the second time that we know of, the second time that cops were called, but I imagine people probably went into that house and no one even knew by now. But I'm going to go ahead and roll this clip really quickly so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. We are down here at the Haro home, where baby Emmanuel's story is going on right now. We do have sheriffs out here checking the home as we speak. There was a call that somebody was on the property breaking in again in the house. So they're searching the property right now. We just got here on scene, and then they rode up. Fox 11's been here for a while, and they didn't see anybody, but I don't know. They've been in their van doing their stuff. I don't know if somebody came in that way because there is an opening going behind the house.
I'm not trying to make this something more than what it is. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I feel like it's most likely that these are just curious, nosy people. Maybe they're trying to get views on social media. Maybe they're trying to take pictures and what have you. And most likely they don't mean any harm, but they could still be doing harm to this investigation regardless. Like, standing outside of the home is one thing, but going into the home illegally, that's a whole nother thing. And I've never seen anything like it. And I keep getting reminded that this case is playing out in California.
Yeah. I don't know. Tell me what you think, but I'm going to show you another video here because this one may explain why they're being so confident, irresponsible, I think, but why this attitude is here and why it exists. If you listen to this video to the end, we're going to learn some new dynamics around the family, and we're also going to learn that the police think they have this completely rock solid nail to the floor evidence for Rebecca and Jake. Listen up.
She dropped a lot of information. I've been following her updates because she's actually talking to the family. It sounds like both families. And I'm interested to hear maybe things that we haven't heard before. Major news media sources are not speaking on. So she's actually in the community, boots on the ground, and gave us some information on our channel earlier this morning. If you missed it, I've linked the live in the description box. And make sure you check her out. This is her TikTok and this is her YouTube channel. Both will be in the description box. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the information she dropped on the Haro family. Let's go. Okay, I got you. All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. So I know this video I released yesterday, and I've been getting grilled in the comments.
Why?
Because I'm supporting her family. So
Okay.
they're pissed. They're saying that I'm lying because, sorry, I'm getting ready for church too. They're
fine.
saying that I'm lying because they said that there's a video that she has a black eye on the 3rd. I just got off with family. Literally, I got off. My friend messaged me that you were on live, and I jumped on from here. I was talking to their family for over an hour just now. She did not have a black eye on the 3rd, on the 4th, or on the 5th. Okay,
I'm going to be really clear here. I'm not trying to shade this creator. This video was played on Down the Rabbit Hole News, a YouTube channel. The woman in the middle here, on the left of the video. The woman on the right with the long hair and the tattoo, she is interviewing, and she's an Instagrammer, and she lives locally. And the family, both families, Jake's and Rebecca's, have been reaching out to her. So we're going to learn some details in this video. But I do want to say, I believe everything that she shared because I watched it last night, except this piece. And I'm not trying to throw shade at her. I just don't believe the family when they say Rebecca Haro did not have black eyes on August 3rd. Well, I showed the video and she did have black eyes on August 3rd. It could be that Rebecca, I don't know, covered it up enough they didn't notice she was wearing sunglasses. I don't really know. I don't know that it would be intentional. They would be misstating the truth, but we've seen videos on this channel, a video, and it sure looks like a black eye to me. That's just my opinion. What do y'all think? Let's listen in some more.
she told me the best I can describe is there's a family member that passed away. They ended up having to come, everyone gathers after someone passes. So they seen her with her daughter 4 days in a row. Her eye was not swollen shut like it's being claimed to be. There was no black eye, nothing. They said that her black eye I have so much more information and I can't release it, but they wanted to make sure that I knew that they weren't lying to me. When I tell you that the family is not in support, the mother, when I was talking to them today, they said that they don't know what the mother's going to do on Tuesday. The mother is very distraught right now. And Mary,
Okay.
blonde lady. And I was going to do a whole TikTok. I was getting ready to call people out on TikTok because I was getting frustrated. But Mary, she is very distraught. She doesn't know what's going on. Her house has been searched. Police have spoken to her. She's been interviewed. Her house has been searched. She has been cleared by police. They don't think that there's any other suspects in the case. Now, Jake, his mother is Rachel. The homeowner of the house is Rachel's husband.
Okay.
Yeah, I was able to confirm that. She was, and everyone's like grilling me because I said she had the flyers. She did. I posted.
Yes. So they were renting the home from Jake's stepdad. And that was the gentleman that we saw out, quote unquote, securing the home one night when Dolly was out there doing his live.
The screenshot she was holding flyers in a video, getting ready to pass them out to people. That is Jake's mom. Now, with the way that this case is and like all of this, it's going to be released here first on your YouTube.
Oh my God. By the way, guys, this is her channel. I just pulled it up. You are on YouTube, right?
I am, but not like this. Like I started my podcast back in 2021, I think it is.
Okay.
And I don't like people making fun of me. I'm very sensitive. So I would get like hate comments, so I would stop doing it. And then I would do it again, and then I would stop doing it. So it's there, but TikTok, with this case, I've been doing it, and then I do like post videos. But I'm going to release it here. It's going to be live here. You're going to be the first one to get it. The family did stop contacting her because from what I was told, there was a huge fallout due to the relationship with Jake, because when they first started dating, there was very weird things happening already. Like if it was abuse, I can't.
Already as if it was abuse, immediately into the very early stages of the family. This is why the grandmother came out and said she never met Emmanuel, because how sad is that? Because there was a fallout in the family because Rebecca was defending Jake at all cost. And here we see that playing out again when she's letting Jake lead the police. He's going to set her up. And we've all been watching it play out. And boy, oh boy, not that I think she's innocent, but this, I said yesterday, I really hope, given the laws in LA and how they have already, in California rather, I've already failed baby Emmanuel here and his sister, his siblings. I really hope that these police officers have this right. I really hope that they get it right now with all the evidence and more some, so that there's literally no way that he can plead out again as plead a guilty verdict and not go to jail. Like, God help us if this happens again. God help us if this happens again.
Say what happened, because then people will know who said it.
Okay.
But there was a massive blowout fight with the family because of Rebecca choosing Jake over them, choosing Jake over her children. So there was a huge blowout. The only reason they got back in contact in March was because of a family emergency. I won't say the emergency because then it'll give it away, but there was a family emergency. And like we all do when something like that happens, a crisis, we gather, we bring family together. That is why she got back in contact with them. The first time the mother entered that home was when people see her on Friday. That was the very first time that she has been to that home. She was not to that home previously. And I also got confirmation the only daughter that she is estranged from is her eldest daughter. The younger daughter, not the 2-year-old, but her younger daughter with her ex-husband, she has been in contact. She was at Big Five on the Friday before, and she was there that night. So the daughter has been in contact with her mom. I do not know any information about the daughter, though.
So do you know when this baby was born?
From what reports are being said, again, I cannot confirm this, but from what I'm being told, December 24th, which would make him 8 months today.
So this interview was clearly taken 2 days, or yesterday rather, on the 24th, yesterday. So he would have been 8 months yesterday. So in fact, he was 7 months technically when it was reported that this kidnapping story went viral. He was technically still 7 months.
Oh my God. So the pictures that law enforcement, that was the question that we had, is like the pictures of law enforcement, do we even know if they're recent, right?
I don't. That's we. So the pictures that everyone's getting from Mary's Facebook are pictures that she would take from Rebecca's.
Yeah.
So she never actually met the baby. She never met him in person. She would take everything. And if you go to her Facebook, I know that they started like locking things down. Those pictures were posted March, April. You don't see anything pre that.
But she's never holding the baby. There's no grandma in baby Manuel.
Nope. No grandma. And then I'm trying to take my phone off this thingy because I was gonna straighten my hair, but I'm not. From what I've also when I was talking to them about it, is Jake's family. Jake's mother has met the baby, and reports for people that were there on Thursday and Friday, she had zero emotion, zero empathy. She didn't care.
She had zero emotion, zero empathy. She didn't care. That's what this creator is. Those are her words to describe Jake Haro's mother. Zero emotion. She didn't care. And yet, we're not concerned about securing the crime scene because it would be what? Ludicrous to think that these people and their family members would be above removing evidence. I don't know. Let's listen some more. This is a fascinating interview. I suggest you listen to the end. There's another 13 minutes.
It's a sister, Jake's sister, Sylvie. We were talking about Sylvie, right? Is she hiding? Does she know what's going on, or is she just kind of like? What are your thoughts on that?
She talked about that baby in past tense in the Facebook Live she did on Friday. I watched that Facebook Live from my car, searching the back of this canyon thing that we have, listening to her say that she loved him. Not she loves him, she loved him.
Wow.
The entire family talked in past tense, not hers.
And she also, I don't know if this is the sister that got blamed in 2018 for searching on what's his name's iPad, on Jake's iPad, how to feed a baby with broken bones. That's the same sister that he was referencing?
He only has one sister.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So Rachel is married to Scott. I'm gonna do a whole video on this later after church.
Okay.
Rachel is married to Scott. Scott is Jake's stepfather. Rachel was married to his father. I think his name was Hector. I don't know for sure. I have to confirm. It's in my thing because their family, Jake's family, they're in my DMs too. I do not trust like the sister or the mom, but like extended family, like cousins, aunts, all of them. They don't want me to say anything about like who they are or the stories that they have because she said that this family's scary.
Yeah.
So, but from what they gave me a family tree. Rachel had Hector, Jake, and Sylvie. Those are the children that they have. Hector passed away, I think, in 2021. Right. Yeah. Sylvie is the only sister that they have.
So it's Jake and Sylvie right now.
Yes. Now Mary has other children, but Mary adopted Rebecca's brother, the one that everyone, James, and Rebecca. They are not biological siblings.
That was the question that we had. We said, were they like an adopted sibling pair? But it's okay. So they're not like related by blood.
Nope, they're not related by blood. I have the background on them. I'm not going to share it, but I have the background on why they were adopted. But they were adopted kind of like through foster care.
Okay.
Now she does have other siblings that are Mary's children.
Okay.
So that is true. So from there, and I know like people keep messaging me like that she has to know. I'm in contact with them. Her family does not know. They had a massive blowout right when her and Jake first started dating.
Have they seen?
So her family doesn't know anything because they lost contact when shortly after she started seeing Jake. So this sounds like some serious abuse, and I'm not excusing her behavior at all. I'm just making the statement that she's just going to ride or die hard with this guy who's going to throw her under the bus. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that the reading I did is accurate. And for the love of God, she thinks about it over the next few days and leads the police to baby Emmanuel in September. I'm hoping that is the case. And I'm hoping that these people are not removing evidence or doing anything to jeopardize the case. And if you continue to listen, that the police have as rock solid evidence against Rebecca and Jake as they allegedly think they do.
Has Mary seen the 2-year-old? Has she met the 2-year-old?
Yes. They have met, and that's what they thought was very strange, is they've met the 2-year-old. The 2-year-old has been to the house, even the 4th, 5th, and 6th, like all that time frame. The 2-year-old was with them. Like she would go, but the family never met Jake until that Thursday night. So Jake has never been there.
Wow. Okay, so Isabel Gonzalez, the first wife, okay,
Mhm.
mother of Eli. So she goes to the game, but she never sees the baby there?
No, she's already stated that she did not see the baby. And I think that's his second wife. Vanessa was his first wife, I think. I'm almost positive.
No, I have the legal paperwork.
Oh, okay, first.
Vanessa was the second. So it was Isabel, Vanessa. Vanessa, they had the two babies that they abused, right?
Yeah.
And rights were terminated. Isabel holds the oldest, Eli. So that's why I
Okay.
was wondering. I was like, did anybody? So she never saw the baby there.
No, she has stated, and I worked, not worked, but basically worked. The organization's called JAF, Ukaipa Junior All American. I was on the board for JAF.
You're in the area, right? You're in
Yeah, I
Ukaipa?
live in Ukaipa. I live right in Ukaipa. I was on the board for JAF, and I know that Eli, he's been playing football for quite some time. I know the coach that he's been playing with. He would go to those practices. So I don't think he ever had like custody to actually like stay with them, but Jake would go to practices and games for his son. She did get a protective order on him from what I was told on Thursday before they got arrested. So I don't know if that's true or if it was earlier, but I was told Thursday.
Okay. But then the sister said, Sylvie said that Jake gets a call from, Rebecca. She's distraught. So then it was Isabel and her husband or whatever who took Jake to the Big Five.
Yep, that's what they said.
But they never saw the baby.
No, she has said that she's never seen the baby. And I will say, and I know people are gonna, like, again, and I'm not doing this to get famous. I'm not doing this for clout. That's why I came out and I supported her family, because that's the right thing to do for me. From my conversations, I'm listening to them cry. They are distraught. I'm hearing it, like I'm crying with them on this phone, and everyone's just, they're grilling me, but I'm gonna do what's right and get those facts out, because that's what I'm being told. But from what I was told today is the timeline that we have is not the time. That's where those inconsistencies come over. It's a different timeline that was shared. So the timeline, not even guys like, no.
Okay, so if you're gonna make up a lie, could you not at least get the time to match up with the time at the soccer game or baseball game, whatever it was? And I just feel horrible about the fact that her parents never met the baby. That is concerning, like wildly concerning and weird. I mean, we heard that with Belinda Gray, right? With Jack and Lily. They just lost contact. I mean, I guess people and families have fallouts all the time. Myself with my mom, with what she did to my dad. Yeah. So I get that, But it's just weird to think about now in hindsight, like what was going on that Jake never met her family either. She obviously, was hiding the truth from them because they would have seen right through it, right?
Like
Sad.
the timeline was that he said she left at 7. That is not the timeline that they gave police. So their interviews were wrong from what they were telling police officers.
So the information that's been put out there about that, completely wrong. At some point, I'm assuming they're going to clear that, right?
I would think so, and I don't think if police really care with Ukaipa Police Department, and I think with San Bernardino County Sheriffs, they're not releasing any information because they want to hold as much close. And I will go on record here. I do have an insider for that. Someone commented, and it really resonated, that, hey, you're sharing insider information that police are giving you, but you're sharing things that can jeopardize the case. And it was just that the grandma was clear. That's all I shared. But
Okay, so she has inside information, and she went public and said that the grandma, with some contact at the police station, that the grandma was cleared by the police, and she shouldn't have shared that information. So she's not going to tell us too much more, but she does drop another little nugget here. Listen in.
Not going to share any insider information from police anymore, because what if it is? But I'm going to say it right here. If you guys are going to hold me to that, you need to hold everyone else to it too. Because there's creators doing the exact same thing, saying they have information from insiders at the police department, all that, them contacting them. If you guys don't want me to do it, you need to make sure that they're not doing it either.
Yeah, it's a bit of a double-edged sword when you're reporting. I mean, if you're reporting on the truth, I don't think it matters what side you're reporting, as long as it's the truth on whatever it ends, right? Like whatever it may be. I mean, that's part of being a blogger and doing this stuff on social media. Wow.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Is there anything else that like we should be aware of? Any thoughts or ideas where this baby could be? Ultimately, that's what's important. Like, we got to put this baby to rest,
So from what I was watching today from news, and that I was talking to them about too, is police on the news, the reporter said that police stated that they interviewed the family, and family has stated they have not seen the baby in over a month. That is what was released on the news today. I don't know if everyone else got that, but I know.
So the family hasn't seen the baby for a month, but Rebecca's family says she didn't have bruised eyes at that funeral, yet we've seen them. So, again, I hope this is not a creator. I don't know her, so I'm not saying she is naive. I just hope, we've seen that, no offense, but Jack and Lily, I've seen that with Sunny. It's hard to take, and it happens to all of us. It's not a criticism for them specifically or towards them specifically. It's just when we get emotionally connected to the families, does that skew our ability to have objective input or insight into their inputs? Or do we get influenced because we've built some emotional connections to them and buy into their stories that maybe aren't truthful? I don't know. It's just a thought, because I think she had black eyes. We saw the video. I'm just in now this statement. I don't know. What do you think?
Hopefully that's what was released. So I don't know. A part of me, my gut tells me I think he is somewhere here in Yucaipa. I think that's why they staged the kidnapping in Yucaipa. So if he was found, that people would find him here and think that they're telling the truth. But I will tell you, I know for a fact that police knew about what was happening the Friday after it happened. The interview that the attorney says that they showed them the footage, that wasn't this last week. That was on Friday. So the Friday, right, the very next day, the police had footage.
Wow. This is just like a lot to consume, honestly.
I think that's why everyone's saying like I'm so emotional about it. I think I'm trying to get as much down, and I'm very emotional on it. And that's why I think I'm breaking down and I look so run down. It's a lot. It's very traumatic. I know people in our community are hearing details from, like, again, and I'm not going to condone what they're doing, but people like to talk. Even if you're in the police force, you're a person, you want to talk about it, and they're talking, and there's details being released that I cannot confirm, but details of what the police have on them. And all I know is I know someone, I'm very close with them. This is a grown man, and he's saying that he could not stop crying after hearing it. He won't share. He said he can't share what it is because, again, we're all nosy. I'm like, well, what details do you have? What do you have? What do you know? I just know that they have a solid case against these parents.
Under circumstantial evidence?
From what I'm being told, this case is closed. The charges will stick with these parents.
Did you see the mugshots?
Yep. I actually just got some for them this morning.
What do you think?
I'll be ready in just a second. Someone asked me if she got her hair done recently, but I don't know if she did. Like, I can't tell, but they have no emotion. Even when she was getting arrested, zero emotion.
No emotion.
She
It
has
just
a
looks
messy
so fake.
bun, her hair's washed. Like, I'm sorry, if I'm trying to, like, if my child is missing, I'm not showering. I'm not doing any of that.
So I just want to reflect for a second on what she just said about a police officer, grown man, crying over the evidence that they apparently have. I'm wondering if the cameras that they supposedly deleted the interior footage of what was going on in the home. I'm just curious, maybe the police were able to, get that, remove that from the cloud if that's whatever they do. I'm not technical, but I'm wondering if they were able to acquire that. And so that's why they're so hell-bent on having such a closed case. And was there a video of what happened? Or do they have the older children's statements? How does it's tragic. I'm not saying that a police officer shouldn't cry and they shouldn't have emotion. Thank God they do, and this gentleman does. But I'm just wondering what moved this police officer to cry, if this is true, what the compelling evidence could be. I'm hoping not that Jake was brutally, savagely beaten, which is probably what was happening. I really hope that it wasn't that brutal, but it sounds like it might have been with the amount of blood that they're saying they're collecting now, this statement. And I'm just hoping and praying that I'm wrong and that they have such a close, case. Like, this coffin is closed once and for all, nail in the coffin. You can never get out of jail card case here. I'm really hoping that that's what's going on and that there's not crime scene, tampering with people walking all over it that they're going to later regret. So a couple more minutes, listen in.
I'm out there looking.
Well, and then they use every excuse. Like that one Uvalde Foundation actually came back after
Yep.
they stopped working. And then and I saw that in their social media, and they said, listen, we're here. We're going to help you out. If you got nothing to hide, like, come with us. Don't worry. You receive death threats. We're here to protect you. Like, they were willing to protect them. That was crazy to me. That, I mean, that said everything to me. I said, oh yeah, no, this is crazy.
Well, even then, like when they first released that, I went on live. Anyone that's been following me, you know, I was hot. I made a video about it. And I said, if you don't have a car to go and find your child, I am local to you. Call me. Get in contact with me. I will search with you. I will put everything out there, and I will be by your side doing this. Never heard anything from them.
So you're going to be releasing a video today, guys. This is her page. This is kind of where you're active. You also have a YouTube as well, which I think one of my mods already dropped the link. I'll make sure I link it here, and your TikTok. Murder by, do you go by a different name? Do you want me to just call you Murder by Podcast?
It's Murder by Nature podcast. Honestly, I don't even know where I came up with the name. This was like in 2021.
Okay.
I went to school for behavior with an emphasis in health. So for behavioral health, because I wanted to work with serial killers. But man. I'm very short. So this was my alternative to that.
Oh, okay. All right. So if I wanted to reach out to you via email, like, is it all your contact information is there as well?
Okay, everybody, listen in. I'm going to put the video link below if you want to go check out the channel. Tell me, what do you think? What do you think with this situation? Am I overreacting? Should the people that are trampling all over the house be allowed? Do you think the police actually have a slum dunk case? What are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know below. Do all the YouTube things. Thanks for being here. Love and light. See you on the other side.